Find somebody else. President Uribe says he won't run again in 2010 if supporting political parties come up with a better candidate. We're not all terrorists. That's the message from public university students rallying to save their reputation after reports guerrillas are recruiting on campus. Blow in the dough. Wait till you hear what police in Cali say was the white in this white bread. And what is it in the sky? Exclusive video of what may be a UFO sighting in the north of Bogota.
From RCN, Colombia's leader in news. This is RCN News in English with Brian Andrews, bringing Colombia to the world.
Good afternoon. President Uribe says he wants the referendum on whether he should get a third term of office to move forward, but he told his supporters he will not run if they choose a better candidate. The president of the Congress, Hernan Andrade, emerged from a meeting with the president this morning. He said President Uribe told him and other Uribistas, or members of political parties who support the president, that he will not seek a third term in 2010 if the parties come up with a new name, someone who they think can run the country better. The president also told the meeting that he wants to see judicial and political reforms pass the Colombian Congress. 3,000 college students marched down La Septima in Bogota this morning, some covering their heads with brown paper bags and ripped T-shirts. The students from 3 different public universities say they are upset that they're all being typecast as radical left-wingers after members of the Colombian Congress made public some videos of men wearing masks recruiting students to leftist causes supporting the FARC on campuses. Just this week, the DIAN confirmed they have intelligence that the FARC is forming cells on public university campuses in the major cities. Students marching today say not all of them believe this is true and that not all of them support leftist causes. Other students in the protest today said the real terrorists aren't on campus, but rather in the Colombian Congress and in the Casa Nariño. In Cucuta, Colombian National Police capture a top FARC commander who they say was meeting with arms dealers from Venezuela. Police found him at his house in the middle of the night in Cucuta. They took Suarez Gonzalez, as he's known, into custody. They say he's considered the chief of the FARC's urban guerrillas in Cucuta, responsible for buying weapons for the guerrillas from gun runners abroad. They also believe this guerrillero is responsible for bombings of oil pipelines and electrical transmission towers near the border with Venezuela. Police in Bogota stopped more than a dozen pieces of pre-Columbian gold artifacts from being smuggled out of the country for sale online. Let's check in with RCN's Andres Restrepo. He has the story. Andres?
Thanks, Brian. The pieces were made of gold, silver, and bronze. Police say the artifacts were heading for Europe and North America for sale on the internet. The pre-Columbian artifacts were discovered at a shopping center in the north of Bogota. Police say they were stolen more than 6 months ago. The golden pieces are from the Sinú, Tairona, Calima, and Pijao indigenous tribes. Police also find stolen documentation verifying the authenticity of the pieces. Investigators says the plan was to send the pieces out of the country, where they would be on the internet auction sites like eBay, with bids starting at $900,000. Brian, back to you.
Thanks, Andres. We appreciate that report. Let's head over to Cali right now. In the case of blow in the dough, police got a tip that a trafficker was moving dope disguised in loaves of bread from Popayán to Cali. So they set up a sting operation, buying a bunch of loaves laced with dope for $2 million apiece. They say the cocaine was hidden in the middle of each loaf of bread, made, incidentally, with extra yeast to try to hide the smell from drug-sniffing dogs. In all, 12 kilos worth of cocaine were seized, hidden in the bread, wrapped up in plastic for transport. Cali police arrested 2 people. Now, the story of dots in the sky, what some described as flying oil barrels. They were spotted 2 afternoons in a row this week near Boulevard Niza in the northwest of Bogota. And now we have the video. On a clear afternoon, something strange in the sky caught the attention of people down below on the street.
It was arriving to Boulevard Niza. A lot of people on the streets. I looked up and I saw 3 weird things.
The objects appeared to be floating in and out of the clouds and did not in any way resemble a typical airplane or helicopter.
I know how airplanes look like. This was a weird silver thing going to the north.
Those who saw these unidentified flying objects aren't sure what was going on.
I went out and I saw a barrel in the sky. Then I looked, pointed at the sky, and that was it.
Those who saw the UFOs called it a strange but eerily beautiful sight. They can't figure out how the flying barrel-looking objects were staying airborne.
It looked like a rugby ball, so I increased the zoom, and it was metallic and had 3 black tires.
Those who saw it and took this video of the flying barrels say they never believed in UFOs before, until now. Pretty cool. Is it real? Who knows? That's going to do it for the RCN News in English this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brian Andrews reporting from Bogota. This has been a production of RCN, Colombia's news leader, and we're bringing Colombia to the rest of the world.